I wasn't sure if I could make it. I'd never travelled alone before, never crossed a city, let alone a country, on 2 wheels. But unforgettable memories are born from unfamiliar beginnings, and some chapters can only be written when the monotony of everyday life is left behind. It was semester break when I bought my bicycle in Nanning, China, with the wild idea of cycling home. Home was at the tip of a continent. Between me and that distant shore lay the endless horizon I could only feel, but not yet see. I set off on a journey completely unplanned, just a vague direction south and a feeling I couldn't quite name. No itinerary, no bookings, no planned route, just a pull toward home and the thrill of not knowing how I'd get there. My plan was to forgo the plans, follow the map home, and let the journey unfold before me. To navigate without internet connection, I used an offline mapping app on my phone called Guru Maps, with maps already downloaded beforehand. That night I rolled into a small town called Long Toe Town and found a convenience store still glowing under fluorescent light. I feasted with cookies and cold drinks that tasted like triumph. When the shutters came down, I unrolled my mattress just outside and laid down in the open, watching the shifting clouds. It was extremely liberating, without locking myself in an apartment, without a schedule to follow, without any responsibilities. No tasks, no clock, just pedaling at free will whenever the mood struck and sleeping wherever I felt comfortable. Before dawn, I rose with a restless heart and wheels ready to roll, drawn by the world ahead and the thrill of the unknown. It would be my first full day of bikepacking, and the world felt wide, wild and waiting. Unfortunately, I was met with a heavy downpour and sought cover under a shelter to wait for the rain to stop. Beneath it I stood, watching rivulets flow down the pavement, waiting for the storm to release its grip and the scene to shift once more. To explore the world and all it has to offer. The road unfolded through Fusari, a town alive with chatter, humidity, and the scent of roadside dumplings. The karst mountains emerged over the horizon. I followed their jagged silhouettes, drawn forward by their quiet majesty. I was not in a box with windows. I was immersed in the real world. I could feel the sun and the wind. I could see my environment. I was not just alive, but I was also living. Veered off course and found myself mired in a muddy trail that led to a dead end. But I retraced my steps, found a new way forward, and rejoined the journey. The city's final whispers faded behind me as the road began winding into the embrace of the hills. The day commenced its magnificent retreat, the setting sun pouring its last gold over the landscape, setting the sky ablaze in a silent, spectacular fire. Pedalled in a state of reverie, watching the world transform, the deep orange softening to a gentle rose, the rose dissolving into a twilight lavender, until the final ember of light bled from the sky, and the first brave stars emerged through the velvet expanse. In the total darkness that followed, my world shrank to the intimate pool of my headlight and the crisp night air. Why should I pay to lock myself in a hotel when I could sleep under the open sky for free? I unrolled my mattress beneath the magnificent silent moon, its silver light painting everything in a dreamlike glow.
Oh, I've traveled all around the world. I've lived in cabins, boxes, boats, and caves. But I never felt so home till I walked these forests, beaches, coves, and bays. And when the stars are out at night, it's like 1,000,000 jewels dancing in the sky. And I could live here all alone, but I'd rather have your sweetness by my side. Your sweetness by my side. So take my hand. Together we will turn, make our stand. For this life's too short to live so far away from the place that's calling us for a stay.
How could I ever forget this? With eyelids growing heavy, I watched the calming silhouette of the moon fade from my view as I closed my eyes, carrying the beauty of the dusk with me as I slipped into my dreams.
Opening my eyes, I could see the rustling of the trees and hear the chirping of birds. I woke up not in a box with windows, but instead in the open world. The road carried me through villages still yawning into the day. Farmlands flanked the path, their borders misty under a sun just beginning to rise. A few figures bent low over the soil, shadows stretched long behind them. The crisp air smelled of damp earth and dew. Hunger steered me to a roadside shop, where I filled my stomach with a big breakfast at a very reasonable price. Back on the road, the world opened wide. The karst peaks rose like broken teeth from the fields, jagged and eternal, watching as farmers scattered seed across the earth in rhythmic arcs. The land breathed with timeless patience, and I felt myself a passing shadow in the world, carried along by it, shaped by every road, every landscape, every meal. I entered Ningming, another vibrant city in China. I rode into the thick of a market where stalls overflowed with food. Voices clashed in a symphony of barter and chatter. As I left the city, buildings thinned, replaced by open stretches and hills that whispered of distance. Soon I was rolling once again beneath the silent gaze of karst peaks. They shaped the horizon, each curve and cleft etched by time. Along the roadside, I paused to watch a train thunder past, its carriages clattering like a drum roll of departures. By afternoon, I reached Pingxiang, its streets leading me further to Youyi, where the border gates loomed. A new country was ahead. So was the unknown. I didn't know what lay beyond, only that I needed to find out. With a stamp and a glance, China lay behind me. Ahead lay Vietnam, veiled in unfamiliar syllables, scents, and culture. Crossing felt like shedding a skin, stepping into a new chapter of my journey. The sky shifted in an instant. A downpour lashed the earth, fierce and unrelenting, drumming against my body until I was soaked to the bone. I pressed forward through sheets of rain till I took shelter at a roadside shop, eating a magnificent dinner at an unbelievable price. It felt like the most delicious meal. As the torrential rain showed no signs of ending, I slept for one night under shelter in a hotel beside the highway, my first in my journey. I stripped away layers of grime beneath a shower's cascade, watching mud swirl down the drain. My clothes I scrubbed with raw hands, hanging them to dry in the still air. My feet, raw and itching from the miles, I cleaned tenderly, as though they were the true vessels of this odyssey.
From the northern reaches of Dong Dang, I followed the pulse of Highway 1 to Hanoi, a vivid waypoint on a journey that continued far beyond.
Feel it now every time I leave. It hits me hard and it cuts me deep. I'm 1,000 miles from happiness, 1,000 miles from you.
Leaving Dongdang, the landscape was a tapestry of green hills and rice paddies.
It's a far reach from you to me. I feel the time and the space between. It's 1,000 miles of loneliness, 1,000 miles from you. Every mile on my map leads to you. It leads to you. Every mile on my path leads to you. It leads to you. I'm not around, but I'm not gone. I miss the bed you're sleeping on. I'm 1,000 miles from coziness, 1,000 miles from you. Every mile on my map leads to you. It leads to you. Every mile on my path leads to you. It leads to you. Let it said when the road is long, all the miles make the heart grow fond. It's 1,000 miles of fondness, 1,000 miles to you.
Just woken up.